this is the brisket, and again, this one, you know, it's basically limp now. It's ready. And then these are the beef ribs, and you don't see what it looks like right now, but when we go inside and I open them up, you'll see what the final product is. And even better when I cut into it, because I think y'all's mouth are start watering up. So here at Sunset Smokehouse, we try to stay true to the Central Texas style of barbecue, where we use offset smokers and we use real wood and fire, and basically hard work just to get the barbecue that we want. And we just use a salt and pepper rub, keep it real simple. We let the meat do the talking, and if you want to use sauce, well, that's up to y'all. This is the brisket right here, and you can see it's pretty floppy. This is the way that it should be. Okay. So this is the bark right here. You see this dark part, and this is what you want. This is where you had all the chemical reactions that happen during the smoking process, and right underneath is the fat. And so this is called the Maillard effect, where it transforms the fat into this delicious jelly-like thing. And it also helps to insulate the meat as well. I got a little bit of a loss of bark over here, but sometimes that happens. But for the most part, I mean, you can see it's just, yeah, it's relaxed. Yeah, I think it's going to be real nice. Look at that. It's just, woo.
Looks
yeah,
like jello.
Exactly. And again, this is the fatty side. This is the point. This is where some of the burn ends come in, and then this is also where some of the burn ends are. And then what we'll do is, from right here, the grain is running this way, and so we'll slice it this way. And then for the fatty side, it'll be, the grains are running this way, and so we'll start slicing this way. So this is kind of the midpoint where we cut here to separate the flat side, or the lean side, and then the fatty side, and we'll cut depending on what the customers want. And Texans by nature, they love the fatty side. And I think Hawaiians are also kindred spirits, so they love the fatty side. Some folks want lean side, but they'll still get a little bit of the fat on the top. We trim about 1/4 to about 1/2 inch. And then those who want the fatty side, they get the fatty side and then a little bit of the lean. Yeah.
Oh, that's why you have to be here slicing personally. Like each plate is kind of personalized.
It is personalized. That's correct. And we cut our orders. We cut our meats per the order. And again, it's not an assembly line where you just get the same thing. It's everybody gets a different part of the brisket, and that makes it. That's what makes it fun, because you get a little bit something different each time. Yeah. And again, this is the difference between the way that we're doing it, traditional way with the smoker and with real wood, and smoking it completely in that smoker, as opposed to other places that are using gas and just little chunks of logs for flavor, or even the pellet smokers. So yeah, I think we're a little. We try to stay pure. We're traditionalists here, so. And you can see. It's nicely rendered right here. The fat, you can see the juices. You can see this is the lean side, and then this is the fatty side right here, and then this is the fat that we got. And then of course the bark, which is the flavor. That's the money shot. Wow. You can see the fat's nicely rendered right here. And then you can see the marbling that's inside there, and it feels real good too. And it's real tough, and there's a lot of connective tissues in there, and it just takes a long time to smoke, and to get that to break down. And so you can see how tender the way that we smoke it, and you can see how it just breaks down and it just starts rendering the fat. It just becomes like butter, basically. And of course, we get the bark with it, and that's a plus right there. But yeah, this is just an amazing, tasty piece of protein here. Yeah.
Missed a moment.
So a brisket should be able to hold its own weight. Should be able to hold its own weight. That it's done right, and then you should be able to just easily just pull it out like that. It should be just very easy just to pull out. About 100 years ago, they used to use pits in the ground. They would just dig up a pit and then basically do their barbecue there, putting a fire, not a firebox, but just a fire to the side of that pit, and then basically smoke the meat that way. And then the offset smoker, which is in the trailer, that uses the same concept. Same concept where you have a firebox and you have that cooking chamber, and you're not having that direct heat, but you're having indirect heat to basically cook that meat. These are our pork spare ribs, and the color on this is beautiful.
Oh,
this is the color. You got a nice.
Oh, can you put it a little closer to me? Okay.
And again, on these, we just use a salt and pepper rub. It's a dry rub. Got a nice bark on it, nice mahogany color to it. But it's quite a bit of labor that goes into this. Labor of love, I guess.